Duelists, welcome. We're going to be diving into a Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel 2025 tier list maker. You guys have been asking for this for a while. There is a total of 161 images, and I'm going to go through them all based upon obviously the ones which I think of where they're ranking. You guys have been asking me to do this for a while. This little advert thing is fucking irritating. Is there any way for me to get rid of that? Alright, shit. It is what it is. Admanciaptor. Okay. I'm not going to lie, obviously with its negation abilities and things like that, a deck as a whole I haven't really seen much of. So ideally, I probably would... I'd probably put it tier 3, solely for... Unless you were running it in a different engine, then yes, obviously it would be cracked and it would be higher. But ideally... Let me click this and see if I can close it. Stop seeing this ad. Ad was inappropriate. We will not show again. Okay. But it still shows another ad. Okay, no worries. Then, we have the Adventure Engine. Yet again, on its own, it's pretty useless, but obviously in terms of using it into another deck, leading into the Griffin play is very effective, giving you access to numerous negates, and basically playing off the Griffin Rider. To be honest, I'd say it's fairly okay. If these decks I'm basing if they were hybrided, obviously combined with other decks where they would kind of rank. I would say Adventure was more useful than Adamanciaptor. Then we obviously have ourselves the Ignista cards. Ignistas can be a problem, obviously, around all of their type of engine. They do go on for quite a while. Obviously, leading into Cyburst, as a whole... I've got to put it up high. The thing is, if we're basing this on Master Duel tier list, like, at some point, yes, the best... Ideally, we would know what the best decks would be, because they're the ones that piss me off the most. And to be honest, yeah, blue. Oh my god, I don't even know where to put this. As much as it pisses me off, I have to put it up there, because it's a really good deck, but my god, you're a fucking tramp if you run it. No offense. But my god, there is nothing more fun than watching someone get rid of your spell, traps, monsters just to bring out a fucking shitty little Flappy Bird. You know what I mean? Go to a fucking sanctuary or whatever. Go get some bird seeds and feed those birds. Fuck this one out of Master Duel. Altergeist. Fairly solid deck if it plays right. Works quite well. I'll probably say... like, I'm sacking off... like, I'm Rogue and Unplayable at the moment. They're dead. It's literally... I'm only basing it off the first 4. So this is basically... the best, as much as it's fucking annoying. Tier 1 obviously is pretty solid. Tier 2 is obviously average. And then Tier 3 is okay. There's going to be no shit decks. I'm just going to rank them basically off what they are. I'm going to be honest. I don't even know what the fuck that is. We'll come back to that. Jet Dragon, obviously with Blue Eyes, got to admit it's a fucking solid deck. Combining it with obviously with level 8 XEs, you're looking at a pretty solid deck. Obviously... when the Blue Eyes support comes, which we're not counting because technically it's not a Master Duel yet, I'd say it's pretty solid too. Branded Fusion, mate. I love Branded back in the day, you know, and then they started bringing Quem and Sanctifier and 60-card deck builds with it, and I'm just like, brother, please give me the original, you know, where you went Albion, Searing, discard a card, Mirror Jade, boom. That was it. And now you've got Quem, special summon from grave, trigger the effect, Albaz, discard a card, fusion summon, fucking banish your Mirror J, trigger off Quem, bring Mirror J back. Like, there's so many different alternative plays, it's ridiculous. Ooh, Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss is good. I can't deny it. I'll probably put it alongside Blue Eyes. Bestial is an engine. It's got to be top, man. It obviously, unless you're playing up against Snake Eyes and Fire Attributes and stuff like that, yes, it's ideally not that great, but Bestial as a whole engine is fucking phenomenal. Being able to banish cards, bring them to the field, obviously Druid's Worm, being able to remove a card from the field, Magnamut to be able to add the Druid's Worm. If you need to, you can go into Baldrake. Baldrake can get rid of a Light or Dark Dragon and banish an opponent's special summon monster from the extra deck. Mate, you're chilling. Chimera, it's got to be up there, you know what I mean? I would probably say... unless you're running the barrier statue where you lock people out and, well, lock them into only dark. It's such a scummy play, though. I don't like the idea of using that way. That's the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh! Is the fact it's just one of them kind of dirty types of builds. I'm going to put Chimera... the thing is, Chimera has so many different accessible cards as well. You've got, obviously, Mirror... whatever. What's its name? I can't remember the bloody name of it. Because you've got Kotal, which is a negation. You've got the other Kai. I think it's Mirror Sword or Mirror, whatever the... I don't fucking know his name. But you bring him out to the field, tribute him off, and then you special summon the Baphomet. And then Baphomet will be able to add the Chimera Fusion along with Gazelle, and then you can play off the Fusion, play off Chimera Fusion. But yeah. Mirror Sword? I don't... It is what it is. You know what I mean? Rainbow Dragon. Trove's put off some impressive plays for it. I would probably say tier 3. Depends on how effective you get Ashed and stuff. Dark Magician, I'm going to put that in 3. I don't think it's that good, personally. Diabolester does fall into the Kashtira engine if you wanted to run level 7s. But Diabolester is its own, especially with like Subversion, being able to flick back, obviously, monsters to the Spell and Trap zone. I'd say it's pretty solid. I'm not putting anything in tier 1 because I don't believe anything belongs at that. Dynamorphia, on the other hand, I wouldn't say it's the best of the best, but I definitely would say it is beneficial to an extent. But you have to take into account it's so easily disrupted unless you've got lower life points than your opponents. And I think it's good, but I wouldn't say it's like tier 1 material. Dinosaurs, on the other hand, tier 1. Dogmatica, locking yourself out, well, locking yourself into... I think you get locked out of the extra deck, or you can't. I can't remember how it works, because this is Maximus. I know that Maximus can send extra deck monsters to the graveyard, and you drop Garura to be able to add a card, but I'd probably say tier 2, if not tier 3, because Dogmatica's normally combined with Albaz anyway, so it depends on how you look at it. As an engine on its own, I still think it's pretty solid because you can still play off Entity to be able to pop a card on the field as well. I'd probably say tier 2. Mate, there's no question about Borreload, man. Borreload has got to be up there. Drytron, I'd say tier 1. Drytron's pretty solid with obviously the amount of negates. If you combine it with a Herald, then you've got Ultimanus that comes out, it can body. Citadel, on the other hand, I've got to... I don't think it's bad. It's hard to get around, I ain't gonna lie. But do I want to say it's better than Dark Magician? I think it possibly could be better than Dark Magician. Unless you can get Dark Magician's, obviously, Dark Magical Circle, Eternal Soul, and the whole combo set up. It's good. But the only thing I had an issue with when I was doing, obviously, I think it was the Road to Master or Road to Diamond series with only Dark Magician Pure, is it bricked a lot. A lot of the cards are shit. And obviously, with, I think it's Magician's Souls or Soul Servant, I think it was Magician's Souls, you wasn't able to add Soul Servant to benefit. I think it was the play. I can't remember. This was months ago. And I'm not really a big Dark Magician fan anyway, but yeah. Earthbounds are good. I think the best I've ever seen them is when I saw them hybrided with Red Dragon Archfiend, and then I don't think it was the Earthbound that was good. I think it was a Red Dragon Archfiend. If that comes up, Red Dragon Archfiend's right to the fucking top. But yeah, I would say it's definitely... What's going on with my mouse, man? I still don't know what this is, so I'm going to throw it down there. Eldritch. I ain't going to lie. When you Mastered all first started, I'd say Eldritch was a pretty tough... It was a pretty tough deck to beat. It was frustrating because it was just Trap City on the back row. And obviously being able to remove a trap to special... Obviously return it back to the hand and then special summon, giving it immunity at 3,500 attack, or 3,800. What's it? It's an attack 25 and then 2,800 defense. I don't even know. It's been so long. I'm an amateur. I put it there. Then you've got... Right. For a Pendulum deck, I have to put this up at least in tier 1. Because I ain't being funny. Pendulum decks can pop off fucking hard. Especially when you start getting, like, obviously... I ain't gonna lie, my brain blanked. I was trying to think of what the cards were called. It's Endymion, but then you're able to add the other card. And I can't remember the name, but it's Special Summons, which is another solid card, man. Like, I'm not a big Pendulum player. I tried playing Valence and stuff, and it just weren't for me. I think the closest we ever got to playing playing Pendulum on a larger scale and a consistent basis was back when we were running Super Heavy Samurai. Alright, cool. So... I believe this is Evil Eye. I could be wrong. I do apologize if I am naming this deck wrong. But Evil Eye is pretty solid and go up here. Exo Sister is really slept upon. I'd say tier 2. Flamberge, obviously everyone knows where Flamberge sits, unfortunately. Folgo is good on its own, especially with for hire. Yet again, obviously as an engine, if you're playing pure, I think Galaxy Eyes would do pretty well. Although, do I want to say it's better than Dynamorphia? I think Dynamorphia is good, but it's obviously about paying your life points, and all it takes is a simple... I remember watching a tournament, and it was the final, and Dynamorphia was playing up against, I think it was Lab at the time. Oh, no, it was against... it was Dynamorphia, Lab, I think someone was running, and the opponent was running Vanquish Soul, and they triggered the trap card to be able to inflict burn damage upon the Dynamorphia player, and they lost. That's the problem with the weakness with Dynamorphia. Generator, I've seen some decks run Generator, mate. It's got to be up there in the top dog. Punk, top dog. Heroes, top dog. Infernity. Until someone proves me right, I don't think it's that good, personally. Then we also have access to the Infernobles, which do pop off, but I wouldn't say they're like, oh my god, they're amazing. Invocation's good, but it's easily to be countered, especially with Winder. I'd probably say sit down there with a Dark Magician. Junk Speeder, or whatever the fuck its name is. I can't remember its name. I think it is Junk Speeder, isn't it? The one that special summon 4 from the graveyard. We bring into tier 2. Kashtira. It's going up there, man. It's got to be up there with the goats, man. Period. Tearlaments, up in there. Fucking hate the deck, but Lab has to be up there as well, unfortunately. Then we have Live Twins. I think Live Twins will sit happily in tier 2. Lyrilisk, I wouldn't say it's shit, because it does open a door to XE plays and really effective overlays to be able to attack directly. I'll go tier 2. Mandanium's got to be up there with the top dogs. Math Mech, top dogs. Okay. What is this? This is the thing... Melfi, I'm going to go bottom tier. Mekanko has got to be in tier 1. Notoria, tier 1. Ninjas, tier 1. When they pop off, ninjas pop off, mate. They're good. Okay. We then also have access. Well, I say access. We also have... Man, we've got... I suppose we've got loads. We've got quite a bit still to go through. But yeah. We do have the Acrobat thing. I don't even know what its name is, but it is a pendulum. I'm just going to say down here. Phantom Knights, along with the Burning Abyss, I'd say tier 2. Christiane, genuinely proved to how powerful Prank Kids can be. I'd say tier 1. I believe this is another Punk card. Punk can go tier 1 as well. Ooh, Pearly, one of the most fucking annoying decks at one point. Do I want to put it in the top dog position or not? Pun intended. Rescue Ace. Look, I've got to admit, yeah. These ones are definitely up there. Rescue Ace is dominant. Red Dragon Archfiend's dominant. They're pretty solid. Rika holds its own. Rika has got to be up with the top dogs. Without doubt. Runic. Look, Texas, I know you're a big fan of Runic, yeah, but look, I'm not being funny. You just go in the trash. Nah, I'll go... As much as I hate the deck and it's stunny, shitty, and stuff like that, it works, you know. Scareclaw as well. I'd say it's a solid deck, period. Along with the Invocation, but although I do think Construct is better than the Invocation, which is contradictory because obviously you run Shaddoll Fusion and stuff. Sky Striker's got to be up in tier 1. Junk Speedroid. Oh no, this is Super Heavy Samurai, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's Super Heavy Samurai. Yeah, that's the actually it might not be. I don't even know anymore. I'm going to say, yeah, I think that's I do think that's Super Heavy Samurai. I could be wrong. Sprite Elf's good. I'll put it in tier 1. Ugh, as much as I hate to say it, fucking card's annoying, but it's got to be up in the top dog spot. You know what I mean? There's Super Heavy Samurai as well. Sword Soul, to this day, still lives up in the top tier spot. Period. I don't even know what that's even supposed... Is that supposed to be Destiny Heroes? Can you enlarge the picture? No. Alright, if it's Destiny Heroes, then I've got to say it's Batty or in tier 1 as well. Then we've got ourselves Tri-Brigade. Depending on how it's played, I think it would still live in the big top spot. Combining Yama, Unchained, because we're basing it on purity, or we're basing it on hybrid. If we're basing it on purity and hybrid, then okay, it might not be too bad. Well, Unchained solid. It's probably one of my, like, not favourite, but it's still pretty solid. Asartic, look, I can't comment on Asartic. I haven't really ran them, but I'll just plop it down in tier 3. You guys might prove me wrong someday. We have Valence. Valence are effective. Tier 1, 100%. Valence, pretty solid. If you're able to perform them off well, they basically special summon from the Pendulum Zone, be able to move to an adjacent slot, trigger the effect to be able to add another card and play into a combo. If you get ashed in perm or whatever, then yeah, you're pretty much a sitting duck. Volcanics, I have no comment on other than back in GX when Axel Brody would run it. But I'm going to trust it and go tier 1. This is kind of putting into perspective how good some decks actually are. But yeah, Vanquished Soul, I'd say tier 1. I'm not saying it's like easy to counter, but a simple card destruction might actually do you a favor. Then you've got Virtual World. Christiane absolutely smoked me with this sometimes, man. If we're based on purity, I'd say tier 2. Baloroch and Negate. I wouldn't say tier 1. I'd say tier 2 if you're able to get Zombie World or even the Lady into the Graveyard's Banished to be able to play. Zodiac. Gotta be. I'd say... It's good for a Zeus play, but I just don't know how effective it's going to be if it was impermed. Obviously, you've got Horus. I'd say Horus is tier 2. I tried running... is it Memento? Memento, I think it is. They were okay. I think they will play well in the future. I'm assuming this is Starry Night. I'm going to put that right there. Val Monica, people have proved me wrong. I had Val Monica built and I thought it was trash. Then they got support and they absolutely bodied. So I'd say tier 1. But the thing is, I'm looking through them and I'm thinking there is actually a lot of really good fucking decks. You know what I mean? And it might be because I run Rogue. It could be. Like Ancient Gear, I'd probably say tier 3. If you can pop off of it and it does well and your opponent doesn't pull anything, you can absolutely body the board. I'm going to be honest, I haven't got a bloody clue what the hell that is. That supposed to be White Forest? I could be wrong. I don't know what that is. Centurion, everyone knows. On a pure level, it would be still pretty fucking annoying with Auxilla and Legatia being able to play off their effects, as long with Primera and fucking whatever its name is. Dark World, everyone knows Dark World. I've had one of my best duels with Dark World. That can live up in the top spot. We're going to have to go Garunix up in the top as well. I tell you what, I'm actually surprised I know most of these cards' names. Gate Guardians tier 3, man. That shit's trash. Like, it's bigger, Fusion, Monster, Evolution, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is pretty shit. Genix Controller was good. I thought it was a cool story mode solo gate that we got, but ideally trash. Goatee, bro, it's literally got it in its name. Goat. Lancia. Goat. Honestly. You can't tell me that Ice Barrier is not a really good deck, because it is. Light Sworn. Don't be stupid, mate. Don't be stupid. Light Sworn's up in the top spot as well. Look, don't even question it. Mate, Kirin. This card used to... It's Magispector, if you're unfamiliar. But my god, this shit used to piss me off. It would bounce cards left, right, and centre. If you controlled a wind attribute or whatever its effect was, it just flicked back cards like it was nothing. Link Evolution pissed me off with that shit. Tier 1. Then we have Soul Crossing. Obelisk the Tormentor. Do I believe this is worthy of being higher than 3? For a god, I don't think you're very godlike, personally. But I will put you in... Tier 2. That's the best you're getting from me. Ogdiadic, or Diadak, or Diakadikadikadoka. I don't fucking know. We're going to pop that right in there. Right, what are we working with here? I don't know what that deck is. I don't even know what card that even is. I'm assuming this is... Is that Melodious or Melodious or whatever the fuck it is? I'm going to bop you in tier 2. I don't know what that card is either. Right, that's what's that fucking thingy called? The ice cream Nemlaria. I think that's Nemlaria. From what I've seen, I'd say tier 2. Red Eyes, look, I'm being funny, tier 3. Fucking shit's trash. Unless you got Dragoon, but Dragoon get countered so easy, man. With Super Poly, you say bye-bye. Flame Swordsman on its own, trash. Ooh, I cannot disagree. Ritual Beasts are a fucking triumphant deck, mate. You are not... Oh, mate. Shining Sark. Look, I want to fucking criticize this. It is a brick fest. It really is. But it got me to Master Rank. I managed to get to Master Rank with it pure. And I got to admit, it's not the best deck in the game. For a rogue deck, it's pretty solid. Plunder, you proved your point. Plunder lives in the top spot. I played up against it the other day, and I literally had nothing to go off of. I think I was running Ashen at that point. Then we have access to... I'm trying to remember what deck that is. We'll come back to it because it's bugging me. And I know the deck runs really well. Raid Raptor's got to be tier 1. Without a doubt. Trap Tricks, you got me. You got me in tier 1 as well. What? No. Yubel. Look, I can't put Heroes up that high and then Yubel. Where is Heroes? Did I put Heroes in here? Heroes got to be in top dog. I'm going to be honest. Some of these decks I ain't got a Phrygian Freezer. What the hell they are. I've seen this because isn't this... Oh, it's Infernoids. That's the one. Infernoids. Yeah, once they pop off, they're pretty solid. Okay. I don't know what that is. It's not coming to me. The thing is, they've... Is that Arcana? Is that the new support? I don't fucking know. Right, Colossus. No denying it. It does help, obviously, shut down. It can be tier 1. We have Chandra. Obviously, if you're basing it on Master Duel, it's bloody annoying. Then we have ourselves Lunar Light. I would say tier 1. This is the Sun God, which I don't think's good. I was going to go tier 3. Paleozoic or whatever. It's going to be a top dog. It's annoying because I'd hate to admit it. That's Tindangle. It's hard because I've only got a small picture of them. So, what is this called again? Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm going to come back to it because it's bugging the fucking shit out of me. Is that Tindangle? I assume it is. I'm going to say tier 3 because I haven't seen anyone run it. Then you've obviously got Goblin Biker. From what I've seen, they body. Look, I ain't even going to fucking say the name of this one. That shit, fuck me. You got 72 negates in a deck. Fuck me. Basing it on a pure, not running the toy box engine, do I think it's good? Based upon a Master Duel perspective, I'd say tier 2. I don't think it's that great. True Draco has got to be tier 1 because... You know, Peacemaker's just an absolute fucking joke. Then we also have ourselves Trickster. And I'm going to be honest, you know, Natalie slaps with it. Tier 1. Nightmare Mermaid. I don't see anyone use. So tier 3. Gimmick Puppet. I don't think it's good, personally. Yeah, it's a great burn deck. I'd say tier 2. We're going to bang that in 3. Ashen. Some of the new additions. I'm going to be honest. I think Ashen, if played well, I'd say tier 2. Yeah. It's bugging me because I can see the card in my head. I just can't fucking remember the name and it's pissing me off. Dragon Lord. Is it good? Yes. Is it bad? Yes. Triple Negate. Very effective. But the problem with that Triple Negate is it fucks you over as well. It's once per chain as well. Do I think it's top tier worthy? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm kind of considering my option. I think Flamberge should live up in top tier. In all honesty, I do think Flamberge kind of is one of those kind of goaty cards, and so should Tyranno. Personally, Drytron's good. Obviously, Mekanko, Notoria. We do have Mech Knights. I don't see much of Mech Knights, but obviously normally they're hybrid with something else. Orcus, the similar. I'd probably say tier 2. We then also have the story deck, which is pretty shitty. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the fuck that card is. Then we have Mayakashi. I'd probably say tier 2 if you're not being maxied. Then we have Therion. Ideally, I think they're pretty good. Tier 2. Yet again, if you're not ashed. B-Trooper. I don't see much of it. I'd say tier 3. Look, I'm going to be honest. I'm starting to think that might be the part of the thingy package. But yeah, Avramax. Where did Avramax go? Oh, how did Dragon Maid get down here? Did I accidentally click 2 in? My computer had a bit of a breakdown. I'd say Avramax is up there, like at least in tier 1. And then Lunar Light, if performed well, can be effective. I'd say tier 2 is a little harsh. I'm going to be honest. What are they fucking called? You got the Tin Can, Cosmo, tier 3. Dragon Maid, I think Dragon Maid's pretty solid if you base it on Shio and obviously House Dragon Maid and obviously what we have in Master Duel. I think it'd hold its own based on a pure perspective. Magical Musket is okay if you can get their effects off, say tier 2. Then we have ourselves... Why do I recognize? I recognize some of these cards, but you don't see them enough, so I'm just going to dump them. What is this deck? It's driving me insane. The first one we've got, and it's Madolchi. Fucking hell, I couldn't fucking remember. Madolchi, I'd say tier 2. Then you've obviously got access. Well, I say access. You got this one. I think this is... Isn't this Mayakashi as well? I might have that completely wrong, but yeah. Okay. Electromite, based upon its own. It's literally ran in Pendulum decks, but I just don't feel like it's really worth it. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what the hell that is. Toy Box. I'm going to be honest. If you're basing it on its own in any sort of deck as well, I'd say tier 1 at least. Subterra. Kyle has proved me wrong on numerous times. Subterra are pretty solid. I would say Subterra belong at least in tier 1. Then we have... Is this Gishki? Gishki is good. In tier... Nah, tier 2. Toon World, nah, it's going to be dead, man. Don't get me wrong, Toon World's great, but when I was running it, when the game first released, you kind of require Bookmark to be in the grave to protect the Toon World, and you also got to bring out the Red Eyes to bring out the Dark Magician, to the Dark Magician to bring out the Black Luster, and the Black Luster pops, but obviously not being able to attack on the first time you bring them out kind of sucks. Then we obviously have the, this is the card where it's equips overlays and you can win the match, innit? Buckets, bang it in 3. Then we have Elemental Saber, 3. Ain't got a clue what you are, but you can go there. It's bugging me. Is that Salomon Great? I don't even know. Some of these artworks I've never fucking seen before in my life. Buster Blader, if you're combining it with Tenpai, but we're basing it on a pure, I'd say tier 2. Then we've got ourselves Infernobles. I'd say without a maxi and stuff, it could be pretty solid. Ain't got a clue. I think this is Trishula. I could be wrong. Trishula, go tier 2. Then we have Dynamis, don't see it, tier 1. I don't know what that is supposed to be, but it can go there. Incantation, based on ritual decks, I'd say it's pretty solid, tier 2. Then we have the one that turns into the Power Rangers Megazord. We'll go tier 3. Quantum Layer, I think it's called. And then 3. Okay, I can't say that Marincess is shit, but the Argonaut card is pretty fucking solid. I will probably say, yeah, it's tier 1. Zombie Vampire, based upon level 8s as well. I would probably say it's at least tier 2. You don't really see the Crystron cards much. Like, maybe in time they might be better. It's hard because obviously some of these are pretty much hybrided in, but we'll go tier 2 on the Auridon. I may have pronounced that wrong. Yang Xing. Can be a pain in the ass sometimes. I'd probably say tier 2, and then finishing off with the Monk Tenyi. Would say tier 3. So ideally, that's probably what I'd base it off of. So obviously, for our best decks in the game of Master Duel, we have ourselves Flu, branded, obviously Bestial Libellion. We have the Borrelend. I said Borrelode earlier, I think. Then we have Kashtira, Kit Kalos, Labyrinth, Mandanium, Mathmech, Red Dragon Archfiend. We have Rescue Ace, Rika, Runic, Scareclaw Cash. I take that back. Scareclaw. I can't fucking remember his name. You guys know what I mean. Scareclaw or whatever his name is. Dinah, Moye. Then we have our Tri-Brigade. Dark World, Garunix. Ritual Tamer, Goatee. Ice Barrier / Ice Jade / Lancia. We have Light Sworn, Yubel, Heroes, Infinitoids, Tempai, Voiceless, bleh, Paleos, Flamberge, and then Ultimate Tyranno. Quite frankly, I think they're pretty much the solid decks through and through. Like, you probably could bump True Draco up there, but ideally, if we're basing this on what I think the best decks of the game are, that would probably be it. A lot of these are pretty much shut down very easily with one Ash, one Infinite Permanence, Effect Veiler, etc. Alter guys could probably go up to tier 2, but yeah. It's a questionable whether you pull the cards that you need off well. I'd say Ashen's good, Blue Eyes is good, but ideally in a way, the meta, I don't think they'll sustain too well. Like, you could bring out these powerhouse things, Yubel comes to the field, and you're basically taking heavy-ass damage. 3 attacks, Phantom Yubel, and then obviously, let's say, Terror Incarnate. You know, and there's 9,000 damage dealt already. But ladies and gentlemen, I put the time and effort in to make one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts and comments below. And have a good afternoon. Peace.